I am János Földessy, a retired university professor from the segment of the mineral resources. And my duty today is speaking about the CiRCLETECH project and discuss this with some of the young researchers of the CiRCLETECH here in the Miskolc University. And it's always a pleasure to me to meet young people and learn a lot of things from them, because they are doing the new things. We are doing the traditional ones. So the CiRCLETECH normally coordinates a very wide range of inventions and research. I brought here sunflower seed for Emese Sebe, who is our guest today. And Emese started her professional career with sunflower seeds. Tell me how.
Firstly, I would like to thank you for having me on this podcast. And to answer your question, I started my environmental engineering studies here in the University of Miskolc in 2013. And for my bachelor's thesis, I was seeking a new biosorbent for the removal of soluble cadmium and lead. And this potential biosorbent was the sunflower seed hull. Because in Hungary, the sunflower is a common crop. It's grown for its oily seed. And the byproduct of the sunflower oil production is this hull. And we just wanted to find out if it's possible to use it as an adsorbent or not.
That's great. So even it's good to eat. So if someone wants to try it, then there is some sunflowers here. As I learned from your Facebook, you live in Alsósolca, which is next to Miskolc, and your high school was the Földes High School here in Miskolc, which is a strong orientation for mathematics and physics. Is it right?
It is right, both of it right. I was studying in the secondary school of Földes Ferenc Secondary School, but I was specialized in biology. I was in a class of chemistry and biology. Yes.
And that is why the three things, mathematics, physics, and biology, come together as a kind of material engineer, or that is your first. Your first career was processing engineer, no? And then material engineer.
My bachelor's was environmental engineering.
And environmental engineer, yeah.
Yes, and then I switched to materials engineering, specialized in energy.
Yes, okay. And finally, as I picked up your CV, then now your main field is pyrolysis and gasification. So these are very nasty words, I would say. So the normal people cannot know much about these terms, these processing terms. What they really mean? What is pyrolysis, and what is gasification?
Pyrolysis means the decomposition of the materials at high temperatures. It's close to combustion, but it's not combustion because pyrolysis occurs in inert atmosphere. And for gasification, we use some kind of reagent.
Reagent.
Yeah, reagent, thank you. For example, carbon dioxide or steam or air or oxygen. And it's also a high temperature thermochemical treatment process.
And finally, what gases are produced? What kind of gases?
During the pyrolysis, it's usually a gas with high heating value, and it composes gases such as hydrocarbons.
Hydrocarbons.
Yeah, and carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide. While during the gasification, the composition of the gas depends on the gasifying agent we use. If we use, for example, oxygen, then we will get a gas with high content of carbon dioxide. Or if we use air, this gas is diluted with nitrogen. And if we use steam, it composes mostly hydrogen and carbon monoxide.
Yes, so we don't need much carbon dioxide, so we use mainly the steam, I think. That's the best. Well, I'm not very good at chemistry, especially not in the organic chemistry. And reading your publication list, one can met across with several hard terms, which certainly I would fail here in the exams, like char, tar, phenols, syngas, and so on. So these are something very unusual for the normal people. Yet I think they meet with these things every day. So how these very kind of chemical terms come into the everyday life. So, for example, you mentioned the pyrolysis, and we produce gases. Then finally we talked about the syngas, which was the end product of gasification. But the char and tar, this is like a TV series, no, in the Netflix. So char and tar, second or third year char and tar. What these are?
The tar is something we don't like when it's come to pyrolysis and gasification, because it's a liquid product which can cause depositions and cloggings in the pyrolysis system. But the char can be a valuable thing. Lately, I was investigating the possibility of turning this char into activated carbon.
Very precious something.
But it's only the beginning of this research, so there are still many questions.
Yes, normally in this kind of invention, I think 100 failure comes to one success. So normally you still have 99 failures to arrive to one success.
Yeah,
but I just, how does it say? I hope you will succeed with this char. A completely different topic that you also wrote in your Facebook, that in certain periods of the year you have many children. But they are so young, so how does it come?
I think what you mean is that I think 3 years ago I became a volunteer of an association, in the House Hungary, and we are working with children who doesn't have that much opportunities as an average child, and we try to help them improve their learning and social skills. And I also like to work in summer camps during the summer.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of pictures. Children surrounding you in the summer camp. And I heard the names Hernat Szent András. For the foreign audience, it might come strange, but that's a Hungarian village, Hernat Szent András, which was, I think, one of the projects of this. And you feel that this time is for you also, so it's not a sacrifice, it's also a gain for personally. So how do you feel?
I think this work can be physically exhausting sometimes, but emotionally and mentally it always fills me up. So I like to.
You like it?
I like it very much. Yes.
Yeah, I appreciate very much. So there are very few young people who is ready to sacrifice her or his time on for somebody else. But I think that's the most rewarding spending of time in life. Okay, but finally we arrive back to Alsó-Zsolca, and I got the name written, and I've seen your pictures in different folk dance shows and folk dance groups. Do you still do it?
Yes, but it's different now because all of us from the group we grew up and we don't have that much time for dancing as before. So we don't learn new choreographies. We just try not to forget the old ones.
And enjoy it?
Yes, and enjoy it. And we have 1 or 2 performances per year.
Well, that's great. And I think these things make friendship for life. So it's not to be forgotten. Finally, we arrive to the last objective here, that you are doing your PhD, and you are just ahead of arriving to the door. Okay, if you arrive to the door and you pass the door, what's next?
If I pass the door, I will have the opportunity to stay here, then I would like to stay here at the University of Miskolc. But right now, I'm not sure about the research topic I would like to work on.
And working somewhere in the char and tar industry, in the pyrolysis industry? Or?
Not yet.
Not yet. You are not prepared yet. I think you will do. So thank you very much, Emese. It was very nice to talk to you.
Thank you.